So I thought I'd film a September TBR video, and I thought that would be a good video to start off my channel with. I'm gonna start with books that I'm already reading that I started at the end of August. So the first book that I'm currently reading is The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. This was published in 1967 but started being written in 1928, and then I think continued being written for over a decade after that. And it's considered one of the best novels of the 20th century. I knew I wanted to read this this month because ever since I bought this from a charity shop, I've had people telling me that I need to read it anytime it's in one of my pictures, or people discuss it and I say that I want to read it and I own a copy. People have told me that I have to read it because it's so good. So hopefully I will enjoy this. I've read about 60 pages so far, and the last chapter that I got to was wild and chaotic, and I feel like that vibe is going to continue throughout this book. I will read the synopsis on the back, which says, "One hot spring, the devil makes a personal appearance in Moscow, accompanied by various demons, including a naked girl and a huge black cat. When he leaves, the asylums are full and the forces of law and order in disarray. Only the master, a man devoted to truth, and Margarita, the woman he loves, can resist the devil's onslaught." So, sounds really cool. The second book I'm reading is my non-fiction pick of the month, and that is the autobiography of Malcolm X. This was published in 1965 and seems to be just detailing his life, his beliefs, how his beliefs have changed, etc. Yeah, I've been really enjoying it so far, as much as you can enjoy an autobiography about such harrowing and upsetting topics. But yes, I assume this will probably be my favourite non-fiction that I read this year, if not top 3. Yeah. So the last book I'm currently reading, I'm reading on my Kobo, and that is Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. I tried to read this multiple times as a child. My mum had this DS game that was like 100 classic books or something, and it was one of the only children's classics on there, I think. And I kept trying to read it and I never got past a few pages because I just got bored and uninterested. But that has not happened. I've been really enjoying it, and I'm 75% of the way through. Apparently I only have 42 minutes to go, and I've just been loving it. It's kind of one of those very moral, preachy, religious kind of books, but apparently I'm a sucker for those because I loved Little Women too. But I've been really enjoying it. So Black Beauty was published in 1877, and it's essentially just a book trying to get people to care about the welfare of animals and wanting people to treat animals with kindness. So now on to the books that I want to read later in the month. First is A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr. This was published in 1980 and was nominated for the Booker Prize, and eventually got made into a film with Colin Firth, so I may have to watch that if I enjoy this. I'm going on holiday in September, so I want to read this then. Also it's short, so that helps if I don't have that much time to read. But the synopsis on the back says, "A damaged survivor of the First World War, Tom Birkin finds refuge in the village church of Oxgoby, where he is to spend the summer uncovering a huge medieval wall painting. Immersed in the peace and beauty of the countryside and the unchanging rhythms of village life, he experiences a sense of renewal and belief in the future. Now an old man, Birkin looks back on the idyllic summer of 1920, remembering a vanished place of blissful calm, untouched by change, a precious moment he has carried with him through the disappointments of the years. So, sounds interesting. So the next book I want to read is Three Men on the Bummel, which is a sequel to Three Men in a Boat. I also want to read this while I'm on holiday. I loved Three Men in a Boat. It's my favourite book in August. It was so fun, and I'm really excited to hopefully have just as much fun with this one. What's really interesting is I'm pretty sure this was the first English use of the word bummel. When you Google it, that's what it comes up with. It's a German word, because I think the characters in the book go on a bicycle tour in Germany. This was written during one of the bike booms, which is also interesting. And supposedly, just like Three Men in a Boat, the jokes and storylines in this is still very relevant today, which makes sense because we are still having bike booms every few decades. Also, this was published in 1900 and Three Men in a Boat was published in 1889. So there's a bit of a gap between these, but from what I've seen people say about this, a lot of people think it has just as much charm as Three Men in a Boat, so I'm very, very excited. I hope that I find this just as funny. Now on to my last book. I only have 6 books that I want to read this month, just because, again, because of going on holiday, I'm really not sure whether I will have a lot of time to read or not. So it's another short one, and this is So Bright and Delicate, Love Letters from John Keats to Fanny Brawne. I believe the letters in this were written in the late 1810s to about 1820. He passed away in 1821, and I'm pretty sure he refused to communicate with Fanny Brawne in the months leading up to his death, so I assume the letters in here stop around 1820, maybe early 1821, I'm not sure. It says on the back, So Bright and Delicate contains the love poems and correspondence composed by Keats in the heat of his passion, and is a dazzling display of a talent cruelly cut short. I'm thinking this will just be a really nice short read, because I've heard amazing things about Keats. So yeah. Those are all the books that I want to read in September. Hopefully I'll get through them all. Potentially I might read more than this, but I'm not going to give myself any more than 6 just because I may not have any time to read. So it really depends. I'm not sure what this month is going to look like. Is it going to be my worst month of reading? Is it going to be my best month? I really don't know. But I'm very excited about all of the books that I'm currently reading and books that I plan to read. Thinking I'll probably have Black Beauty finished by today. And that's one that I've been really enjoying. So I've already got a good month lined up, I think. But yeah.